Right, here I am. Yeah, just leaving Crazy Horse on the Suzuki GSX-8R. So, I've been out and about all morning of trying to avoid rain, because the rain is coming, and apparently Mrs. Tame has just phoned me and said, "Are you okay? Because it's absolutely torrential here." Well, she didn't know I was this close to home. But anyway, yeah, so we might get soaked yet. So far I've avoided it. But one thing I wanted to do was a catch-up, 1,000-mile review on the GSX-8R, and where am I in terms of which way shall I go? I think I'll go this way. Yeah, marvellous. Where am I in terms of getting it into a little bit of a sports tourer? Well, I've got most of what I want to do. There's a few other things which I'll discuss later, but what I really wanted to concentrate on is the GSX-8R. What's it like? How have I found it? Well, I don't think I want to go that way. I'm going to go this way. Yeah. Well, let's have a recap of what it is. Is it a naughty boy sports bike? Well, it can be. Between sort of 40 and 90 miles an hour, it's absolutely stunning. Yeah, it really is. Get that visor up. It pulls like a train. It handles so well as well. Yeah. Just get round these roundabouts. I mean, it's got, what, 83 brake horsepower? It gives quite a bit of brake horsepower away to its competitors. But that torque, 78 newton meters of torque, is just in the right place. It really is. When you are on the road, that sort of 30 to the speed limit, shall we say, yeah, 70, is all important, isn't it? That pull out of the corners. The braking is fantastic. It's not Brembo, no, it's Nissan, and they are pretty damn good. The Showa forks help with the handling, they're making it a very comfortable ride, even over the humps and bumps. Of course, it's got that Showa monoshock behind. It just keeps it right, firm but soft. Yeah. The Suzuki system for traction control, I'm in A at the moment. I guess I ought to change that to shall I change it to B? I'll go to B. I'm not going any lower than B. C really softens the throttle control for a much smoother, softer ride, I suppose, I guess. Traction control, I'm on 2. A is naughty boy. It really sharpens the throttle up, and it does. It delivers the power much sharper. Of course, as you can see, the roads are greasy as hell now because it has rained. They've had a downpour here while I was having a cup of tea. Can't turn you back for 5 minutes. Yeah. Do I feel the same about it as I did before I bought it? Yeah, I like it even more, I've got to be honest. And 1,000 miles are completely trouble-free, as you would expect from any new bike. The position comfortable. I've done some rides, as you know. I did the little Norfolk and Suffolk coast ride. in about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. Didn't get uncomfortable at all. Buffeting, I don't feel it, but I have noticed that the microphone picks it up because the wind seems to just catch under my helmet. And of course I can't go too fast because I'm filming, yeah, so, and I'm talking, so I've got to concentrate a lot. But it is an absolute pleasure to own and ride. I haven't had Mrs. Tame on the back, but I do have pannier rails, panniers, and a tail rack, and a top case. Yeah, and they look to me absolutely marvellous. And they ask the SW-Motech, but they're Suzuki. But you can buy them just from SW-Motech. What I'll do is I'll bring you back in a little while. Yeah, I'm just gonna wind on a little bit. So the handling on it at low speed and high speed is just lovely. It doesn't seem to get out of shape. The standard tyres on it, and I don't even know what they are to tell you the truth, seem absolutely brilliant. But what I'm going to do, of course I've got to mention the quick shifter up and down because it is superb. And when I get out of here, so my plan is I'm going to stop somewhere. I'm going to find somewhere where I know I'm going to be dry and relatively quiet to show you the luggage as well. And I'll do it. I was going to make a special video for the luggage, but I might as well just show you it all now. So yeah, now on quite a few journeys, as you can imagine, with the weather we've been having, it's rained a lot. And in fact, one day it was raining and I went to work and it wasn't raining when I set off, and I didn't have my waterproofs, but I didn't get wet at all. My jacket was wet, my helmet was wet, there were bits of wet, but my trousers were dry. The protection from the fairing, designed for aerodynamics mainly, also keeps the weather off you. Yeah, keeps you out the wind. So I was impressed with that, and that's been the story a few times. I've been on the A14, I've been on the A11, M11, M25. I've been all over on it, and not had any problems with speed or wind or anything like that. My intention is to get out and have some weekends away and stuff with Mrs. Tame. Maybe not camping, I'll save that for the Bonneville, yeah, but you know, bed and breakfast, taking enough stuff, and when you see the bags, hopefully you'll like it. And of course, I'll save the bags until I get somewhere where it's not raining, because it is just starting to rain again. So I will bring you back undercover. Yeah, marvellous. Right, here we are, undercover, yeah, in the barn. It started raining, as you can see. Yeah, Mrs. Tame was right. But here we are. What do you think? Doesn't look too bad, does it? With the bags on. So these, they don't look massive to start with, as you can see, but this unzips all the way around and they expand, so you get quite a lot more. You're limited on how you get things in, of course, to that sort of size. You have to sort of pull the bag back like that. Inside they come with some waterproof bags as well. That's marvellous, isn't it? They are lockable. Don't know if you can see that. They sort of loop together and a padlock goes through there, and the top case does come with a padlock. These didn't come with a padlock, but these are Suzuki ones, and maybe if you get the SW-Motech ones straight from them, they do. There's also a pocket on the outside for putting your keys and things in, which is marvellous. And I think they look great. The only problem is having this over the seat. Now, I don't know how Mrs. Tame will feel about that, whether it's uncomfortable, and I might have to get some sort of gel padding that slips over that, but that should be fairly easy to make up. What holds them on? Well, obviously there's the Velcro, which is really good. That's just dropped down, and you can see down here there is a clip, just unclips, and that slides off, and then you're left with this. I won't bother with the other one at the moment because you only need to see this one, and that on its own doesn't look too bad. But even better than that is you can take this off. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one-handed, so you'll just have to bear with me a moment. So what you do is you just push that in, that slides out, and all of a sudden it's gone. Now, if I just move this a little bit, yeah, you barely notice anything at all is different about it. And then to put it back on, you just get the bar, push it in like that, and that's it, and it's clipped in. It's back on. Pannier has that little loop there. That slides, see if I can do this one-handed, back on there. Your clip goes back in there, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do this one-handed again, so if you just bear with me a second. Hopefully you can see that. That just clips in there. Then you grab the one from the other side, that comes over like that. And your Velcroed back on. Pretty good, huh? Nifty, I think, and so easy to get rid of when you don't want it. You just take them off. That's brilliant. The top case, again, like with the panniers, doesn't look massive, but it's great for getting most of my stuff in that I use on a daily basis, my cameras, waterproof, stuff like that. But it does expand. That zip goes up and that comes up, and I reckon I'll get a helmet in there, and I might just try that now for the first time. Right, what I've done, I've taken the camera off. This is a Shoei Glamster. Let's just see. Look at that, fit a helmet in. Absolutely brilliant. And again, of course, this is lockable. Similar system to the other one. Let's pull this round here a minute. Little hole there, padlock on that. Now, yeah, you're not going to stop a determined thief who's going to come with a knife, but to be quite honest, if they're that determined, they're going to have your hard luggage off as well. You know, this is about keeping it safe while you're at a bike meet. Very little tends to go missing at a bike meet, or, you know, most places are pretty safe. Only if a thief comes along are you in danger. Yeah, so that's brilliant. So let me just open this up again, get my helmet out, because I want to show you how it comes off. You go back on there. So in here, this is actually locked to the bike, and to unlock it, push it down, turn that knob. Let's close it again. First of all, I'll close the close the bottom bit, then I'll close the top bit. So I've unlocked it inside. A little lever down the back here, if I can show you, just in there. That comes across, this lifts up and it's off, and you've got a little carrying case. Yeah, brilliant. And this is the rack. So again, with the panniers off and the top box off, it's quite stylish still, you know, considering what it is, but serves a real good job. To get this back on, don't know if I'm going to be able to do it one-handed. Let's see. There we go. I've got it back on, and hand under there, lever across, and it's secured. Open it up, push that down and lock, and it's locked, so you can't move that lever at all now. In here, got a different compartment which you could put your waterproofs in, but what you actually get is another waterproof bag to go inside here. But I think it's a really good setup, capable of carrying quite a bit of weight. And of course, if I'm on my own, I can get a bag across here and strap it to this and onto the frame, can't I? Yeah, no trouble. And that would be a week's holiday stuff easily for me. Me and Mrs. Tame, it's a weekend away, but it's better than I thought I'd be able to do. On this bike. And I'll have a little mutter again. Sorry, it's really dirty, but the weather's been atrocious, hasn't it? Yeah, but for me and Mrs. Tame, a weekend away, just absolutely marvellous. But I'll have another mutter when I get on the bike. Right, here I am, back on board, and it is raining, but it has eased off a little bit. And do you know what? One of the main jobs and purposes for having the top box is to get Mrs. Tame some strawberries. So that's where I'm going now. Hopefully I'll finish this video before it hurtles down again, because we've got to discuss price, haven't we? Well, not cheap, but a damn sight cheaper than hard cases and all the big ugly luggage. And remember, that's the aim, was to avoid that ugly frame that you're left with when you don't have anything on. And so the bags, you're talking with the pannier rails and everything, I think you're looking at round about £250–300. I can't quite remember, maybe a bit more than that, maybe £300. And the back rack and the top case, you're looking at about £350–360, something like that. Yeah, so it doesn't come cheap, but I do think that they are marvellous. Time will tell about the quality and how easy they are to keep clean when we have an English summer like this. So yeah, I am really pleased with them. I think what I'll do is I'll put the exact price and a link to them, and of course I'll put a link in the description, but you will see that they are for the Suzuki GSX-8R, which in this case they're exactly the same. Yeah, because it's the back end is basically the same bike. And I guess to finish, my 1,000-mile review, owner's review of the GSX-8R. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm not going to do the senses test again. It makes me very happy. It's very practical. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I will obviously do a further review maybe in 6 months' time and see how we're getting on then. But 1,000 miles under our belt, no problems. Happier than I was when I first bought it. I like it more than when I first tried it. I can't say no more than that. Absolutely wonderful. I will catch you in a mutter. Ta-ta.